How's it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video. Over the weekend I went to a car show and I saw a whole lot of different show cars. Anything from a GTR to an RX-7 to a Mustang to a Lamborghini. I mean, just a whole lot of different builds, a whole lot of different styles, and I mean it was pretty badass. So the footage you're looking at right now is from that day. But some of the cars I kind of noticed were borderline rice, and hear me out. I'm not saying like, oh, they had like cheap Amazon parts, because that wasn't really there, okay? Every once in a while maybe you'd see something like that. But what I mean borderline rice, and I think I've cracked the code on this, is they would have a whole lot of performance looking parts, you know, body kit, big old chassis mount wing, all this crazy stuff, but they would have no performance to back it up. It would just be all stock underneath the hood, all stock interior, just all looks. And so I think I've cracked the code on the different tiers of a show car, or the different types of a show car. So today we're going to be talking about, are show cars ricers? But first, just a quick announcement. The Peacock Flock shop has some new spring and summer merch. Be sure to go check it out and maybe pick one up. You know, it'd be fresh to wear at like a beach event or something, or a car meet in the summer. You'd look pretty fly in a Flock t-shirt or a Flock tank top. Go check them out, link in description down below. Now, it might sound stupid, I know, but hear me out. I think I've actually cracked the code on this. I put way too much thought into this, probably more than I should have, but hey man, I mean, it's kind of my job to do this. So anyway, I think I've cracked the code. To summarize really quick, I think there are three different types of show cars. You have the Showcar race car, the Showcar stock car, and the Showcar show car. As stupid as that sounds, I'm going to break them down. First, we'll be starting out with the Showcar race car. So a Showcar race car, in my opinion, again, this is all just stuff I'm making up on the spot, but a Showcar race car, in my own opinion, from what I was seeing, was a car that has a very nice exterior build, not like a tuner. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more flashy than a tuner. Tuner is nice and subtle, nice and clean, but more flashy than a tuner. But they also have the performance to back it up. So you'll see a wide body BRZ with a big old chassis mount wing, and then like a supercharger or a turbo E85 build underneath the hood. Or you'll see a Mustang, crazy wide body S550 Mustang with a big old Whipple supercharger underneath the hood. Something along those lines of a car that is both a show car and a race car of some sort. Now, it doesn't mean they necessarily drive it like a race car, and we'll get to that in a little bit, because a lot of show car people, they don't want to mess up their paint, they don't want to mess up their car. You know, if you take a show car that is slammed to a track, even if it's on air suspension, if you take it, you're going to get rock chips, you're going to get dirt, you're going to get scratches. It's just going to happen. I mean, cars are meant to be driven, in my opinion, but not everyone shares the same love for cars that I do. Also, in a show car race car, the interior is all done as well. You probably have a full-on roll cage, racing seats, harnesses, all of this crazy stuff that just goes along with the build. It is a very beautiful car on the exterior. Underneath the hood, it is very beautiful and clean, performance to back it up, and interior to make it just fit it all together. A very well-rounded race car that looks fucking great. Now again, this is just a show car race car. These are pretty common. You'll see some wide body Evos, E85 big turbo, or even like wide body BRZs, supercharged or twin turboed or turboed underneath the hood. Just some crazy build that all around is very expensive and is very, very sweet. Next up, we have Showcar stock car. And this one is a little bit different, okay? Showcar stock car, we're talking about those guys that buy the old relics, the old JDM relics, or even the newer relics, but the old relics such as a GTR, an RX-7, or even a Supra, and they leave them completely stock. I'm talking no new wheels, nothing underneath the hood, completely factory. Now these are more rare. You see them every now and then. There were a few at the show, but these are way more rare. You can even kind of put Lamborghinis and Ferraris into this category, because they kind of, you know, I guess are quote-unquote show cars, but honestly, I'm talking more of the import scene, or even some old classic muscle cars. You go and you restore a car, or you pick up some barn find of like a really nice looking GTR, some R34, you make it look super pristine, fix up the paint, fix up the wheels, make it look super nice, and then you just start taking it to shows. That would be a Showcar stock car. Now these people have some pretty crazy dedication to not modify a car, especially something like that. I mean, we all know if we got our hands on a 2JZ Supra, big turbo, oh, we would have a really good time. But these people leave them completely stock. They think it was perfect as it came from factory, and that's respect to them. You know, it is their car, they are allowed to do whatever they want with it. Now this doesn't mean you can go and take your stock Honda Civic and say it's a show car stock car. No, that's not really what I mean. Unless it's a really clean Honda Civic, this isn't really what I mean. I'm talking about people that are getting some relics and just not touching them. You get an old classic fastback Mustang, leave it completely as is and take it to a show. That's what I'm talking about. And again, like I said, and you can completely completely go for this. It works. If you have a clean car, say you have a clean Mustang Mach 1, very clean, pristine paint, stock wheels, stock everything, and you take it, it just looks really clean. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like it when you don't modify a car. There's people out there that will buy an RX-7 and not modify it. They will just leave it completely stock wheels, stock everything, stock paint. They will just, you know, keep it like a time capsule. And you see this a lot at car shows, you see this a lot at car meets. People that just have pristine cars in well-kept condition. Some dedication right there. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I would for sure want to modify a car, engine swap, do something. You know, if I got an old Mustang, drop a 5.0 in there, supercharge it, call it a day, have some fun. But I get what they're going for, and I'm pretty sure 10-15 years from now those cars are going to be fucking worth triple the money of what they probably picked them up for. Because I mean, cars like that are only going to skyrocket in value. Invest in cars, guys. It might be the smartest thing you can do besides real estate, maybe. I don't know, I'm not a financial advisor, but like I was saying, Showcar Stock car, someone that picks up a car, leaves it stock, perfect from factory. You guys, I think, get the gist of it. Here we go, the one that we are all waiting for, the Showcar. Now, like I said, this is where stuff, in my opinion, can start to get kind of ricey, okay? So you pick up the BRZ off of the lot, and the first thing you do to it is throw a wide body kit on it, a rocket bunny kit, whatever the hell you want to get on there. You throw that on there, you throw a chassis mount wing, and call it a day. Would you guys consider that rice? Now, that is where you guys are going to have to fill in your own opinion. I would personally probably think that's a bit rice, okay? If you throw on all of this stuff to make your car look fast, you know, double-decker, well, not double-decker, okay, chassis mount wing, wide body kit, deep dish wheels, camber, all this stuff to make it look like a show car, but you have none of the performance to back it up, in my opinion, that's pretty much a ricer. That is, it sounds just like a ricer. Someone that goes to AutoZone, throws on the little wide fender flares, they throw on the hood scoop, they throw on some stickers and call it a day. A little double decker wing on the back. All you are is an expensive ricer. That's like the only difference, in my opinion. Now, what I can agree with them on is, I know a lot of people that do show car builds, they don't really drive the car all that much. A lot of them keep it pretty pristine, okay, because they don't want to mess up the paint. If you take a car to a track, if you take it out on the freeway, even on the streets, you risk messing up your paint. And again, I understand that, so I can kind of see what they're doing when they're not modifying underneath the hood and stuff like that, because the car's not going to be all that driven. But if it's your daily and you're driving it around with a wide body kit, chassis mounted wing, and you're calling it a show car, I don't know. That's where I would just be like, I don't know if that's quite a show car. I mean, that's, again, personal opinion. I think that just sounds like a ricer to me. But again, everyone has their own different definitions. It's their own build. They can do whatever they want. I'm not telling you how to modify your car. I'm not saying if you get a wide body kit, you need to throw a supercharger on there and call it a day. You can still do a full bolt-on build and everything. Respect to you. Do whatever you want. NA builds are cool too. I know a guy with an NA S550 Mustang that keeps up with my buddy ZL1, and he keeps up with me. And I mean, I think he could actually get me in the top end. So, but then again, his car is 13 years newer than mine. But the ZL1, I mean, it shouldn't be able to keep up with that. But yeah, I was just noticing at this show that I was at that I would see a lot of people with quote-unquote show cars. That could be cars that we would see on Craigslist in like 2 years from now, and they would just quote them as show cars or something like that. But it's just, all it is just some fancy plastic 3M tape to a car and just stock underneath the hood. Maybe an intake, maybe a K&N intake if they got the budget for that. But honestly, I don't know. In my own personal opinion, if you get a chassis mounted wing and a wide body kit and everything underneath the hood is stock, I don't know. I would call that rice, in my opinion. I don't think that's any different than just picking up some AutoZone parts and throwing it on your car. Now, it's a little bit different if you're doing your exterior build first and you're going under the hood in the future. But we all know that guy that says, oh yeah, turbo's coming for this car, don't worry, turbo's on the way. Like, we all know that guy. We all know that guy that says turbo's coming. We all know that guy that says E85 is coming, but it's not coming. So anyway, guys, the parts obviously cost a lot different from like AutoZone parts to like chassis mounted wings and wide body kits, but it's the same principle of just all looks, no go. If you enjoyed this video and you can relate to this video, please leave a thumbs up. Just a quick little rant about show cars. I like show cars. I'm not dissing your guys' build if you guys are going for a show car build. I don't know. I just think that personally, you got to do something to kind of back up what you got. I'm not saying, you know, full-on supercharged, built motors, shit like that. Maybe a few bolt-ons, call it a day, nice little tune, and you're good. Today, I ran some numbers for the mods coming for the Mustang, and honestly, I think by the end of this month, I should have the parts ordered, but they probably will not be installed until next month. With YouTube, you only get paid once a month. It sucks kinda, so I have to wait a whole month to get paid again. So by the end of this month, I should have them in my house, and I will reveal them when I actually order them. And then after that, They will just be waiting to be installed. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely insane. Can't wait, guys. Support the channel. Go pick up some merch, please. Hit the subscribe button. Join the flock. Until next video, peace.